Hey guys, Mustached Tom here, and welcome back to some more of Dynasty Warriors Orgins. We have some more soldiers we can collect, so I'll do that first. Or an item. I actually don't know which one that was. I didn't pay attention, but whatever.
The path we must walk is set. Onward, everyone! We march at once! Halt! We must assess the situation. Time to go in the offensive. Get ready, everyone! There's someone who's really causing us trouble. I shall deal with this myself. Let me see you. The enemy officer has been defeated. There we go. Take this. Take this. There we go. Got this.
Alright.
Take this. Officer has been defeated. Where did I go wrong? Things don't look too good. Very well. The enemy officer has been defeated. Begin the advance. Onward, everyone, without delay. Begin advancing. All units, march! Begin the advance! Take this! The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this! Let's get serious. That. No matter how the enemy officer has been defeated. Impressive, as always. The enemy officer has a lot I can learn has been defeated. Yes, the resistance is futile. Now. One more. From the glory of Huan. Yes, the resistance is futile. Take this. The path we must walk is set. Everyone! The enemy officer has been defeated. The path we must walk is set. Onward! Everyone! Start the advance! Let's get serious. I seem to have recovered. The enemy officer, even so, has been defeated. The next steps will be crucial. Take this. I leave the rest up to you. Got this. The enemy officer has been defeated. about this? Take this. Get your about that. Somebody even lazier than I am. Good eye. The enemy officer must walk has been defeated. Onward, everyone! Start the advance! Advance! Stick close to me, now! Begin advancing! Where did I go wrong? Things don't look too good. How am I getting cornered? Seriously? The moment has come. No more, for the glory of Huan. The enemy officer has been defeated. I've been waiting for this. Let's get serious.
Alright.
Proper strategy is the quickest way to victory. Got this. The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go. Let's go.
Alright.
Good eye. The enemy officer has been defeated. Best option right now. Begin the advance. All units, march. Begin the advance.
Alright. Focus.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Amazing! You cannot succeed. Not without me. The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this! Striking execution. The enemy officer find themselves fixated on you in battle.
Nice. What a comeback, huh?
Loose. An unprepared charge into enemy ranks will be the end of you. Let's try. Don't get too excited. I see you. Do that. Let's give it to them. I shall return as a review of my strategy. Let's go.
Double up. Charm the enemy before unleashing an attack. Deals a large amount of damage to the enemy target. Encirclement. Yo, what up, Ling Tong? Ah, the trio.
You refuse to fight me? Despite how you look, you're just a coward.
Quit squawking. A fledgling out for blood is still just a fledgling. You're no threat to me. Think about it from my point of view. You could get seriously hurt. And then, what would happen?
What? You just assume you'll be able to beat me? Well, I'll show you.
That's enough. You can't train and argue at the same time. Dan Ning, you come with me before someone really does get hurt. Perfect timing. Look after Ling Tong for me, would you?
Certainly.
Hey! I don't need...
Come on, let's go. He's a fool. He doesn't realize that you just saved his skin.
So, why are you here?
Came to see you.
Why can't you ever let me stew in my own misery? I trained with you, at my father's behest. Yet this fledgling is no closer to leaving the nest. Whenever I see him, I can't help but consider ending him with some accidental slip of my hand during training. Not to mention, I had grossly underestimated his abilities. Admit it, even you must have grown weary at that stunt I pulled.
You just need to start over.
I can't believe you're sticking with a weakling like me. I still have so much to learn from you, clearly. In any case, would you be willing to beat me into shape, remake me from the ground up? First,
I already did it twice.
Myself among the others in the room. I feel it's better to start there than let that bastard distract me. And if I ever get the urge to pick a fight with him again, now I know that I can talk things over with you instead. The fledgling learns to fly in the shadows of his forebears. Can I count on you to look after me until I am strong enough to leave the nest?
We'll get to see Lord Sun Tzu again.
Yo, what up?
Have you heard the news? Liu Biao of Jing died the other day. And Cao Cao is not a man to miss an opportunity. I'm sure he will begin his southward advance.
Should he take Jing province, his conquest of the realm will become virtually unstoppable. For Wu to survive in the face of such a threat, we must strengthen our kingdom until we have the power to rival him, and that will require more territory.
We must take Jing province.
Yes, and we must do so as soon as possible. Otherwise, it will fall into Cao Cao's hands. But first, there is something we must do in preparation. A task you two would be well suited for. I want you to act as messengers to send our condolences and meet with Liu Biao's successor, Liu Song. While there, find Liu Bei, who is said to be staying with him, and suddenly ask him to join our side.
There is, however, a possibility that Cao Cao has already made a move. He did consider Liu Bei a threat, after all.
You're a longtime acquaintance of Liu Bei and his men, are you not?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What kind of man is Liu Bei, in your eyes?
A man of compassion.
Compassion. Sounds like the exact opposite of Cao Cao, who favors reason above all. Unlike a man of reason, one of compassion can be swayed by momentary emotions. Perhaps that changeability is what Cao Cao fears so much. Whatever the case may be, bringing Liu Bei to our side will be a necessity in countering Cao Cao. Good luck, you two. The fate of the House of Sun depends on you.
That's the first time I've seen my character do the salute thingamabob.
They say Lord Huan
Another fight? And it won't be long.
Whee! Alright, let's do it. Near Zhengzheng Commandery, Jing Province.
Have you heard? They say Cao Cao invaded Xingye with a huge army.
Oh.
Xingye? Isn't that where Lord Liu Bei is? It was, but apparently he fled and headed to Shanyang to ask Lord Liu Song for help. Then, Lord Liu Song went and surrendered right away, instead of trying to shelter Lord Liu Bei. He probably didn't want him around because he was so well liked by Lord Liu Biao. So, do you know if Lord Liu Bei is safe? These are just rumors, but I hear he left and took the people of Shangyang with him to seek help from Lord Liu Qi in Qiansha.
You mean everyone in Xiangyang? That's incredible!
Lord Liu Bei was extremely popular with the people there. I guess they all wanted to go with him. It appears things are rather tense. Cao Cao is moving much faster than we thought. Let's see if we can head to Jiangxia. And let us hope Liu Bei is still safe.
Oh, is this where the marriage thing comes from? Alright, let's go. Deeper in Chengshengzhou.
I did not expect
Oh, you should have facial hair by now.
But I am glad you are safe, Lord Liu Bei. Though I must say I was surprised that you've brought your people with you.
We would not have made it here if not for the remarkable efforts made by everyone, and by Guan Yu, Deng Fei, Zhao Yun, and Zhuge Liang in particular.
We are thankful to them as well, for it would have been a grievous blow to lose you.
Ah, and what might you mean by that? Compared to someone like Lord Sun Quan, who controls all Jiangdong, I am but a minor leader without power or land.
Without power and land, perhaps. But you are also one of the few lords who garner a lot of attention. We believe that if we can join forces with you, we may even be able to counter Cao Cao. As we speak, he is seeking to take Jing province, a critical territory. If his invasion is successful, both your forces and ours will soon be overrun. To put it simply, we believe our interests align. Lord Sun Quan has control over Qiangdong proper, and has even expanded Wu's reach by taking in the Shan Yue and minor lords. If you wish to take on Cao Cao, it may be worthwhile for you to ally with us.
We are very grateful for the offer. We have been searching for allies as well, so we would be...
Lord Liu Bei, may I interject?
Huh?
Lord Lu Su's offer is truly a gracious one. However, I have a hard time believing that there is a consensus on this matter within Wu. Joining up with a small group like ours to fight against the mighty army of Cao Cao? That seems like mere bravado at best.
It pains me to admit it, but you're right. When we heard that Liu Song had surrendered to Cao Cao, we left for Jiangxia right away. Our orders in coming here were indeed to secure an alliance with Lord Liu Bei. But I cannot claim that our side has reached a consensus on the matter.
Then, it is only fair to obtain the agreement of those in Wu. For an alliance without mutual understanding will only bring division. Lord Liu Bei, I would like your permission to act as a messenger to Wu. I will convince the officers there and make this agreement a reality.
Hey! Alright. Alliance time. Bulking up for Chirby.
Wu has overcome every crisis of the...
County Castle, Xiangyang County, Yongzheng Commander, Yang Province.
We've been called for a meeting. It seems a message from Cao Cao arrived just before we returned.
Oh boy. A call for surrender?
Yes, it was written in more delicate language, but it was in essence asking for our surrender. Perhaps we should have expected this, but those in Wu have split right down the middle, just as Zhuge Liang predicted. There are those who claim that victory is impossible against Cao Cao, and that we should surrender before any unnecessary bloodshed. And then there are those who say we should ally with Liu Bei and resist Cao Cao with everything we have. If there is anyone capable of uniting the two factions together, I can think of no one more fit for the task than Lord Zhou Yu. But unfortunately, he is away at the moment. He is likely busy taking measures of his own to make sure we are prepared for the coming danger. Ultimately, the only way we can protect both our domain and our people is to rise up and rival Cao Cao for control of the realm.
Yeah!
I've spoken of this plan before, haven't I? It isn't some impossible dream.
I truly believe it can be done. Which is why I want nothing more than to convince every person of consequence in Wu to resist the urge to surrender. But for now, I'm off to meet with Zhuge Liang. You should make your way over to the war room to wait for our arrival.
I think we can all agree that fighting Cao Cao is extremely reckless. How can we possibly hope to win against such numbers? Territory should not take priority over the safety of the people of Wu. Is it not said that needless bloodshed is the mark of a foolish leader?
I never thought I would witness the likes of Lord Zheng Jiao, suggesting we kneel to a tyrant who manipulates the Emperor and exploits all in his path. The Yellow Turbans of Qing, the Heishen bandits. They gave in to Cao Cao and have achieved distinction under his command. But in reality, their lives have been robbed of all meaning, and they now exist as nothing more than toothless beasts at the mercy of the lash. Tyranny is all that lies at the end of the path to Cao Cao's feet. Once you become a slave to his power, it becomes impossible to break free. Do you really think we should abandon our pride and forsake our future just to avoid making the sacrifice necessary to protect them?
We do not find giving up on our land and our people to Cao Cao any more tolerable than you do. But if this is what it takes for our people's lives to be spared, then is it not the best decision we can make?
He's right. There is no reason for us to sacrifice ourselves for pride. We will eventually win back everything taken from us.
With all due respect, I am honestly a little disappointed in what I'm witnessing here. The Sun clan, renowned for its brave warriors, has such cowards for officers.
How dare you!
Woo! Come at him!
Liu Bei has no land to call home, and what soldiers and retainers he does have are far fewer in number than those of Wu. In spite of all that, he has sworn to never bend the knee to Cao Cao, and has even sent me to Wu to negotiate an alliance. He does so to save the people of Jing, who regard him with love and respect. And when I arrive here, all I see is Wu, for all its advantages, cowering beneath the shadow of Cao Cao, considering no option but surrender. No matter how many talented officers you assemble, or how well you govern your people, that cowardice makes all of Wu far weaker than Liu Bei alone.
All Liu Bei does is flee from battle to battle. He fled from Ji, he fled from Yo, and from Shu as well. He certainly has more courage than most, but only the foolhardy charge into battle without the strength to prevail.
So, tell us, Lord Zhuge Liang, are we to assume that you have discovered a way to defeat such a massive force? Yes. I came here knowing that if we fight alongside Wu in this battle, there is a way for us to win. But, if the mere thought of having to face a powerful enemy has robbed you of the will to fight, I'll just have to come up with a new plan. Lord Sun Quan, I highly suggest you carefully consider your circumstances and your ability to lead.
Now look here.
I understand the doubts of Zheng Jiao and the others very well. Lu Su and Lord Zhuge Liang have also made a strong case. We will end the discussion here for the time being. I need some time to gather my thoughts on what has been said.
Damn, Zhuge Liang, you came at us with facts!
Yes.
You smelled
It's terrible.
the fear!
A complete failure.
What do you mean by that?
My father laid the foundations, and my brother built Wu into the kingdom it is today.
And yet I can't even muster up the courage to defend it. The shame that I feel is overwhelming. I know full well that we must fight. Yet, I can't help but realize how little chance we have of winning. War is crucial to the survival of the kingdom. But we should not fight battles we cannot win. This is a basic principle of warfare.
That is true. Lord Zhenjiao was not by any means mistaken in his reasoning. If both sides are correct in their own way, then all that is left is for you to make your choice.
Surrender and be trampled upon, or fight and face certain defeat. I don't exactly have the best options to choose from.
Where did you get the idea that those were the only two paths? I think you should choose the third path. That is to say, you should bravely take the field, win the battle, and protect all that you hold dear. Is this not also what you had in mind, Lord Zhou?
Zhou, you have returned.
Yes, I've only just arrived. I'm a bit later than I had planned. But Lord Zhang Jiao and the others sure were grumbling up a storm. Zhuge Liang must have really caused a commotion at the meeting.
Perhaps his words were a little too bitter for them to stomach.
He must have thought that such an approach would be the only thing that could bring Wu to its senses. But Zhuge Liang's words were not meant to merely aggravate or inspire. I think he may actually believe that we can win. He plans to lead Liu Bei to victory, even if it means wringing every last bit of strength out of Wu. He would not have voiced his discontent so strongly without firm conviction. They are fully committed to this fight. We must make use of that. My lord, I speak to you now as a loyal retainer of the House of Sun. I have prepared a secret strategy that will ensure Cao Cao's defeat, but this plan cannot work unless we are able to use Liu Bei's forces. With my plan and the brave warriors in our ranks, we can protect the lives of our people, the domain of Wu, and everything we hold dear.
But this matter has divided us into two separate factions. What can I possibly do to convince everyone to unite as one? Even the soundest strategy is meaningless without the will to fight.
I will explain to them that there is a path to victory, and then I will urge them to reconsider. And if that isn't enough to inspire them to take action, well, we'll just have to appeal to their hearts instead of their minds.
Now even Lord Zhou Yu is insisting that we risk our lives in defiance. And just how do you plan on defeating an army of that size?
The size of Cao Cao's army certainly makes it a force to be reckoned with. But numbers can be deceiving. We must first compare the strengths and weaknesses of both sides. Our disadvantage lies primarily in our inferior numbers. But what do we have that we could use to our advantage?
The enemy is far from home, and they are also poorly trained. Most importantly, long boat journeys tend to bring sickness and fatigue.
Precisely so. And that's why we will fight them on the banks of Jing. No matter how imposing a force may be on land, on water it will become a mere jumble of poorly trained soldiers.
I'll battle them on the
You
boats.
have a point.
But even a huge army makes for easy prey if its movements are sluggish.
As they will be slow to maneuver, all we need is a strategy to wipe them out before they have time to escape. What we will do is burn their entire fleet to ashes.
So we are to rely on nothing but unconventional tactics and sheer luck? Even if your fire attack were to succeed, how do you know we can win?
War is of course unpredictable, and I do not claim to have the ability to know the outcome of a battle before it is fought. But to consider no outcome but defeat before even taking the field, how is that any different than losing the battle before it even begins?
Bitch.
Now, allow me to ask you all in plain words.
Which path will you choose? Will you abandon the kingdom of Wu to live carefree lives without ambition? It is true that taking such a path may prolong your lives. You may even live long enough to reclaim your land and pride. But we would not be the ones to fight and die for the cause. That task would fall to none but our own children. Lord Sun Jian, Sun Ce, and all our forefathers. What would they think? Could you justify that choice to them? If you have even one small shred of pride left as retainers of the Sun clan, as the people of Wu, you will rise up, draw your weapons, and fight with all of your strength!
He's right! We must be the ones to protect Wu, no matter how powerful the enemy may be!
You can count me in. I'll honor my ancestors by fighting to the very end, so that my father and son can look down on me with pride.
Those who wish to surrender should do so. That is, if there are any among us that don't mind licking the boots of our enemies.
Woo!
So we have no option but to fight. However,
This discussion is now over. This is a fight for our lives. A fight for all of the people of Wu, past, present, and future. We must defeat Cao Cao's forces once and for all!
Do you have something to say?
No, I am content with this decision. I was just collecting my thoughts, that's all. Where will this path lead the kingdom of Wu?
Being able to fight alongside. I have such admiration for this kingdom. I'm sure in most kingdoms the leader gives orders from on high and everyone must obey. But not here. In Wu, no one is forced to serve blindly. We debate the merits of each choice and decide together.
It's very admirable.
Yes, it's one of the things that I like most about our kingdom. But even so, it is very hard to get everyone to agree. I wonder how that last meeting would have gone without Zhou Yu and the others. If my father and brother were still alive to see how much Wu and I have changed, I wonder what they would say. Once gone, the dead can never come back to life. Yet, I can't help but wish I had the chance to show them. All that aside, it would be truly pathetic if we were to lose this war, given everything that's happened. I'm counting on you. We will use the unique strength of each of our soldiers to the fullest to achieve victory. That is the way of Wu. Lord Pengtong, I know you're in there. Today's the day you're going to hear what I have to say. Good grief!
Good grief!
How's a man to relax with lords of the land barging in uninvited? I am a humble man of little consequence. It doesn't matter how many times you come here. Your problems are none of my concern. Yes, I know what kind of man you are. But I have a reason for being so persistent in soliciting you to join our side. Lord Pengtong, your help will be essential to bringing Wu closer to victory. Wu's victory will ensure the safety of the people of Jiangdong, which will in turn make it possible to protect the people of Jing. Is this your attempt to convince me? Sorry to disappoint, but that won't work on me. All life is precious, but it's not my battle to fight. I see. Then you have forced my hand. I shall have to rely on my last resort. Last resort? Well, I'll be damned. So they've got you doing their dirty work for them, have they? I understand you are good friends with Lord Pengtong. Please put in a good word for us with him.
We really need your help.
I almost feel guilty for causing you to be dragged out here. If it were anyone but you, I don't think I could ever bring myself to refuse if it meant damaging your reputation. Wu's leaders are a sinister bunch, aren't they? Fine, I'll help, but just this once.
Lord Pangtong,
But don't expect me to swear fealty or anything like that. I'm going to do things my way, no matter what.
Fair enough. I think that's a fair deal.
The Young Sea's been busy these days, with even more military ships in.
That night.
sorry to bring you here so late. In the coming battle against Cao Cao, I will need you to play a central role.
Of course. What role's that?
There is a crucial factor which must go in our favor. I want you to ensure that it does. We were afraid to say it in front of the others, but executing this strategy will be about as difficult as threading a needle on horseback.
Damn.
Cao Cao is not an enemy that can be defeated without a great deal of luck. Or perhaps even a miracle.
We intend to overwhelm Cao Cao's massive army with fire. But simply starting the fires won't be enough for the plan to work.
At this time of year, the winds of the Yangtze River Basin blow from the west and the north. Cao Cao's forces are attacking from the north, so their ranks extend in the same direction. The wind will blow out our fires before they can spread.
Of course, Cao Cao is well aware of this, and likely plans to position himself to our north. But the peasantry of Jing have informed us that there is a place where the wind blows from the south for a short period at this time of year.
Chibi.
Hey.
They say there are times at night when a southerly wind blows down the cliffs on the southern coast.
We want to take advantage of that brief gust of wind. We'll only get one chance, so we must not waste it. You have a technique for predicting the wind, do you not?
To give this plan any chance of success, we are going to need that technique of yours.
Of course.
I knew we could rely on you. We will of course be doing all we can as well, but with your abilities, we will have a solid chance to prevail. We have you with us now. Your presence here may just be yet another gift from fate. Our fate will be decided at Chibi. We will defeat them if all goes according to plan, but everything depends on us engaging them at that precise location. So in this battle, we will repel the enemy vanguard and lead their main formation to Chibi. I want you all to act as if the final battle has already begun. Proceed with all due caution. Now the battle begins.
All right.
The Honorable Warrior is still with us. Everyone says that damn Cao Cao is going to do it.
Here we go. Sun Quan and Liu Bei Camp, Chirbi. Jingsha Commandery, Jing Province.
Chibi. If everything goes according to Zhou Yu's plan, we might be able to win. But this is Cao Cao we're going up against here. I suspect he will bring even more troops than we expect. And I'm sure he'll have defectors from Jing advising him as well. We'll be in for a brutal battle if we underestimate them.
You're right. But I can promise you that we will do everything in our power to prevent that from happening. It's good to see you again so soon. Lord Ling Tong, I believe this is my first time meeting you.
We're grateful for your help.
Think nothing of it. It is we who should be thanking you. You've given us a chance to show the realm what we can do.
By the way, I saw your troops training, and I am very impressed. Wu is renowned for his navy, but I have never before witnessed such skill.
We've lived our whole lives by the Yangtze River. I don't think there's any force that can match our skill in naval combat.
so? Well, skill is one thing, but wouldn't you say you're a little short on soldiers?
You mean you didn't know that before coming? That's really not something to be complaining about just before battle.
Forgive him, Lord Ling Tong. He did not mean to imply that we do not believe in your army's ability to win. But we have faced Lord Cao Cao many times. We are keenly aware how difficult his forces can be to defeat, even under the best of circumstances.
There's nothing to worry about. Numbers aren't everything in battle. Haven't you been fighting long enough to know that? I would have thought it's obvious. Well, just you watch. We'll prove it, once and for all.
You only just joined our side. Don't act like you know everything.
I've fought in a lot more battles than you, so I'll say whatever I think needs to be said. Oh? What?
Forever rivals!
Wu has such reliable and brave officers in its ranks. This has been true since the days of Lord Sun Jian, but now even more so. I am sure this is all the result of Lord Sun Ce and Lord Sun Quan doing their best to follow in their father's footsteps. You found a great lord to serve. As a friend, I couldn't be happier for you. Well, sorry for interrupting your discussion. We'll be on our way now.
Then make sure you tell them as much.
Yes, sir.
I didn't expect to see you here. Did you need something from me?
What were you talking about?
Nothing especially important. I'm involved in governing the Shangyue, you know. But forget about me. It's almost time to head for the battlefield. You best get yourself ready before it's too late.
Did you notice anything unusual about Lord Huan just now? To tell you the truth, we've been hearing some very disturbing rumors lately. Someone might be leaking our plans to Cao Cao's forces. I do not wish to accuse him of such a thing, but...
No. It's not quite that.
Let's begin.
We must defeat Cao Cao's massive army at Chibi, and we have a devised plan to do so. I ask you, listen closely. Yep, boat battle. Cao Cao's forces have taken Jing province and advanced south, reaching the Yangtze. Their ships are numerous enough to hide the waters from view.
Now then.
We will begin by eliminating their forces here. This will draw their attention and lure them into a battle at Chibi. Their detachment is led by Cao Miao, an officer from Jing province we have faced numerous times. Cao Cao clearly intends to use the Jing Navy as his vanguard. Even at sea, he hopes to deploy his greatest soldiers against us. Lord Chun Shun will lead our forces. Our navy is at his command. Do not let him come to harm.
No.
We will now claim victory over Cao Cao's forces in the coming battles without our dear Zhou Yu. Sure to keep him safe as well.
Yes.
I'm honored to be your concern, my lord. Now allow me to explain our plan. Gunning will take to the vanguard. As a former officer of Jing province and a capable navy combatant, he was a natural choice for the position.
Very good.
I'll get the job done, and that's a promise. Given what I owe, it's the least I can do. Well, at least you're enthusiastic. So, Lord Zhu Yu, what about those of us not in the vanguard? The rest of you will focus on repelling the enemy offensive. As you keep them at bay, Ganning will lead his ships in an attack. And when the enemy turns their attention to his fleet, we will launch an additional ship manned both elite shoulders from the east. The ship will circle around to take their enemy's rear. This multi-attack pronged attack will demoralize the enemy and confuse their leadership. That is the plan. However, there's something I'd like to caution you all about. As of very recently, we have reason to believe that our movements are being leaked to the enemy. Take note of any suspicious activity around you. Very good, Joyu. These next few battles will decide the fate of Wu. Use your wits and courage to ensure that we emerge victorious. There you go.
Sun Shang, the bow maiden.
Don't let me down now.
Yeah, let us support Warriors of Wu. I'm counting on you.
For us to be victorious at Chibi, it is essential that we win here. Proud soldiers of Wu, let us use all of our wit and courage to secure a victory. First, we will demoralize the enemy, repel their attacks, and the enemy officer has been defeated. Exciting to be facing the greatest army in the land. Men, get ready to charge straight into their ranks. The enemy officer has been defeated. Has been defeated. Hear the bells and tremble! Gather eagles, stand before you! Nothing but a handful of troops! Tear them down myself! The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy offensive has been repelled. Advance with the ships. We will make this battle ours. Have the main army attack from the front to get their attention. Our detachment will circumvent the battlefield to strike them behind. You see advance? Our preparations are now complete. Let us set sails. Commence the advance. The enemy off the western front has been defeated. Use this opportunity to push further. Begin the advance. The strength of our forces. Shoot as one. Do not let them get close. Shield bearers, get ready. Brace yourselves. We will reach the enemy ships soon enough. It's not over yet. Got this. It's always true that the soldiers of Wu excel at naval warfare. We will head out to meet them. Break their morale. I see Gan Ning is making an impact. We need to use this momentum to our advantage.
He was simply charging ahead mindlessly. And even pay him any heed.
Take this. We managed to
Yep.
without much
We have our new Sun Tzu, essentially. Except he ain't the leader.
attention.
You know? It's great.
Real soon. Now it'll get interesting. The enemy officer. Is this what Cao Cao's army is made of? How disappointing. Gan Ning, the scout who betrayed Huan Tzu. Surround and overpower him. Advance. Right. You're got their attention. Get the detachments to move out. Send the ships out from the east. We'll make sure they don't notice our advance. We will speak
so that you remain safe. Do not worry. I will take the troops of the Central Plains and demonstrate their prowess as an elite naval force. Take this honestly, that's my strength. The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go. The tide of battle is even again. Now it's time to overwhelm them with our might.
Get ready to go ashore. Then we will head north toward the port.
Attack.
Stop them! Do not let them advance!
Thank you for coming to help. It's gonna be a breeze for you.
Looks like I owe you one. Just for today, you have a reprieve from my criticism. Accept my fate.
Let's go.
Yeah. I knew you'd come to give me a hand.
This will come.
There is little to worry about with your
Alright.
presence here.
I am Chief Huan. Shall take you on.
Yeah, his weapon is just a skin. It really is a cloned weapon of Guan Yu's weapon. Okay, damn it.
I did not think I'd need to rely on this plan. I guess you never know.
You're throwing down boulders.
We might be done for now.
This will do it. This will do it. This will do it. I'll give this all my passion.
You got no chance against me.
This is a...
Anyone else looking for a tussle? Do this all day. Our new combat, best ensuring we're not outshot.
The enemy officer.
All units has been defeated. Begin the advance.
Excellent display of skill. We shall fight again. Can't believe it. The enemy officer has been defeated. You will have to be enemy officer has been defeated.
Okay.
That takes care of that. Let us march on.
soldiers of Cao Cao. I will teach you the meaning of fear.
What the? Enemies from the north! Ah!
Fortune smiles on us! Go! Go! And attack them as one! Forward march!
We cannot leave our allies in peril. We must assist them immediately.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Upper hand. We must make the most of this.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Bring him down.
Take this. So who are you a clone of? Or wait, no, he was the one who started the weapon of that. Take this.
Time to end this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I shall analyze later. For now, I must pull back.
I know how to get the job done.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Corner sign now. I will take care of him.
I must say, this is really unfairly over.
I'll do this myself.
The enemy officer.
Sorry, we've got it for now. We shall meet in battle again.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Focus.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this. Take this. Take this.
Striking execution. My eyes find themselves fixated on the bastard indeed.
See you.
This will do. Just one blow.
His icon bugged. He teleported.
Got this.
I guess it's one way of handling enemies falling in water.
That was pretty damn good. I had not expected
such fierce resistance. We have been well and truly beaten.
Oh, Lord Saimao, I will keep these troops busy.
What? Did he just let Lord Saimao go? Looks like they were talking. Could it be? Our allies are fighting over there. We should lend them a hand.
Again, ain't
We have
even
been
done
victorious
fighting.
in this first battle, but the next will be the decisive one. I am counting on your efforts. Let us head to Chibi, where our fate will be decided.
Alright.
Well, Zhou Yu's plan worked just as expected. Cao Cao's forces could barely move out there. They ended up sinking like rocks.
Don't get too overconfident. That might be you sinking next time.
Bitch.
As if I'd ever let that happen.
You two spend every free moment arguing with each other.
If you have time to be spouting nonsense, you should use it to prepare for the coming battle.
Yeah, I got it. And by the way, where's Huan Gai?
How am I supposed to know? Lord Handong, do you have any ideas?
Huan Gai? Well, he did allow that enemy officer to get away in the last battle. So maybe he doesn't feel like he has the right to celebrate our victory.
I wouldn't worry about him. Besides, we should be getting back.
That night.
From what I have gathered, after fleeing the battlefield, Sai Mao was suspected to be a spy and was summarily executed by Cao Cao.
Damn!
I see. Good work. You may leave.
Sir,
I will make this clear. In the last battle, we were in communication with the enemy officer, Sai Mao. We had planned from the beginning to engage the enemy forces, then wait for the right moment to steal him away from the battle.
Did you really? I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary.
It is said that to fool the enemy, you must first fool your allies. The only ones who knew about this plan were me, Lord Sun Quan, and Lord Huan Gai, who we had entrusted with the task of contacting Tsai Mao. So, Lord Huan Gai, how exactly did Cao Cao become aware of Tsai Mao's betrayal? Let me be very clear with you. Lord Huan Gai, I consider you to be the primary suspect in this case.
Oh god.
Wait, Joyu. Why do you believe Huan Gai would do such a thing?
If he has a reason, there is no one who wants to hear it more than me. But I think recent events tell us everything we need to know. Looking back on it now, Lord Huan Gai has acted suspiciously on several occasions recently. He expressed his displeasure with Lord Sun Quan's leadership every chance he had, and treated the Shen Yue the way a king would treat his army. Your heart has strayed from the path of Wu. That is the only conclusion I can draw from all of this, Lord Huan Gai.
Hey, Huan Gai?
Do you find this
I
humorous?
always wondered, what was it that Lord Sun Jian had, but I did not? If my ancestors had not been driven from their position of power, would I not be the one to rule Jiangdong? And just when I'd had my fill of taking orders from an impotent runt, I discovered a people of my own who treated me with respect I deserve. What's more, Lord Cao Cao has promised to protect my people and grant me dominion over all of the lands of the Shan Yue. possibly have to reject such an offer? Tell me, Zhou.
Lord Hongai, you are no longer the man who brought me back from the brink of despair after Sun Ce's death. I think it is safe for us to assume as much. Someone execute this traitor immediately!
Lord Zhou Yu, please wait. We are on the edge of a great and decisive battle. Executing Lord Huan Gai now would have dire consequences.
We may be certain of Huan Gai's intent to rebel, but there still is no evidence that he acted on it.
Yeah, so give it some time. For our sake.
Treating such offenses lightly is a crime all its own. However, punishing a man of merit is bound to lower morale among the troops. Give him the lash and lock him away. His fate will be decided after the battle.
The first time I've seen this world at night. Alright. If you ended up enjoying that, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out those links in the description. One will lead you to my petition about smaller YouTubers, second to my PayPal. We can help support me and my channel directly, and third to my Discord server. Join Collab, chill, cool stuff for free. And until next time, everyone, bye-bye.